Now my ass is in her body.
Try to relax your anus.
Put a bird in my ass.
Try to relax your anus. 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 Try to relax your anus.
Hello, everybody. Yes. You're everybody, and welcome to another exciting evening of a middle-aged man talks about random shit and you watch him. I am your host, Bob Vila, and these are my hard-working carpentry birds. I have no idea, but anyway, tonight's going to be exciting. I'm actually quite excited.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Why am I excited? Because here's a channel. This channel is a fucking gem that I should have done a live stream on many moons ago. It is the Stop Dropping Retro. Some of you, I'm sure, have heard of him. Some of you haven't. He has a pretty decent sized following, over 78,000 subscribers. If you are not subbed to him, please show some love to. I would love to see this guy get to 100,000. It's well deserved. He makes great videos, very well very well researched. Very well researched. Say that 3 times fast, you fucking piece of fake fucking poultry. Very well researched. Anyway, excuse me. QVC tonight, please. Yes, I'm going to do some QVC probably too. But there is some great content here. Quality content here. Rival Turf Farmland Edition starring Carlos exclusively on the Intellivision Weekly. That was actually one of their better beat 'em ups. Jalico, their whole thing during the 90s was like trying to chase the like his beat 'em ups were in the 90s like what battle royale games are now. You know what I mean? Like that was where the money was. So Jalico was just trying to find their Final Fight or their Streets of Rage. And they made decent beat 'em ups. But there was just so many out there that they just got lost in the shuffle because they didn't stand out, you know? Hey, Rich, I just found out that one chicken just died. Can we have a moment of silence, please? And that one of chicken. One of chicken? Who was one of chicken? You mean that guy that comes in here all the time? I know there was a guy who had the name Chicken in his profile. Is that who you're talking about? I'll wait and see in the chat. Or one of his chickens. Oh, one of your chickens. That's very sad. I was going to say, oh no, there was a really nice guy whose name had something with chickens in it. I hope you weren't talking about him. I'm very sorry about your bird. May his breasts or their breasts fly high in the sky. Bird breasts. Bird breasts. Bird breasts. I love your Rich. My week in entertainment at work. I may have one of fell fucking. Oh, I forgot I even did that. The hole.
I fell down a fucking hole.
Try to relax your anus.
He sounds like such a. He sounds so ridiculous. And Phil, we got to bring the Oblivion music back for a second. I've donated to your live streams, and I never ask anything. That's not the reason that you do it. I hate when people are like that. But today, I had a simple request, Mr. Philium. A simple one. All I wanted you to do was burp into a jar and send it to me. And you ignored that $20 super chat. What kind of man are you, Phil? I'd burp in a jar for you.
Try to relax your anus.
You win. Perfect.
One of your chickens. Okay, you scared me. I thought like an actual human being. Did you hear about the new Pokemon games? I'm so excited. By the way, hi all. What I heard, speaking of Phil, I heard him saying something about the Pokemon games, that the graphics on them look worse than like indie games. I don't know. I don't really play Pokemon. I remember hearing about Pokemon when I was like a teenager in high school, and I just never touched it.
Never touched.
I remember when Kickstarter games were oh my god, dude, when Kickstarter games. Dude, remember they were, and at the time it seemed exciting because we didn't realize how many assholes. I mean, we were all, I guess, kind of naive because human beings ruin everything. But oh wow, this idea. Oh wow, that idea. Wow, this looks so cool. Oh wow, and the Ouya wasn't a scam. It was just a really poorly executed idea, and the product had no use. You know what I mean? It was trying to fill a demand where there was no demand. But yeah, it's just so many derps and flops too. And I got to here, you know, something else I got to say. I was setting up for the Atari VCS review I have in my, because I live in a 2-family house. So on my parents' side, I put the VCS hooked up to a capture card. In my living room, I put the Wii U to do the final recording of that tomorrow. So, here's the thing, though. My point being is the VCS, I turned it on. You know what happened? I turned it on, started updating right away, and there's support. There's games you could buy. Like, the system is out. I bought another one for the video review that I'm doing. Fuck me. But I did. And I got them. They're in my home. I own 2 of the pieces of shit. And it just, to me, is funny. I know I keep bringing it up, but, man, you guys remember for the 2,000 of you that watched the review, the interviews I done with, you used to talk shit about, Tommy Tellerico used to talk shit about Atari. But here we are. They have a store. They have games. I'm going to buy the games and review some of them on that video. Where is the Amigo? Where's actually, I'll have DSP tell you.
I fell down a fucking hole.
I think Star Citizen was crowdfunding. I remember there still is a lot of drama around that fucking game. There's always drama around Kickstarters. It's just, so yeah. Hey Rich, there is a Russian convoy that's 3 miles long headed for the capital. Also, Russia's nuclear weapons are on high alert. I know. I heard everything. What, dude? And I'm sure that's more so a scare tactic by Putin to make everyone back off. You know, I'm not really thinking the high alert is a thing. It's just a bullshit maneuver. But it is what it is. And Mitchell Parson, thank you for becoming a member. Wow, I guess people actually give a shit about shitty Kickstarters, but these are fucking great. And it's funny, what made me think of this too is that now we have the Steam Deck, which is coming out. It's generally, I mean, it's flawed. There's plenty of flaws that Linus Nippletips brought up. And many other people. And you know what I'm hearing, which kind of irritates me a little bit, but I'm still going to get it, is that they don't have drivers, like officially supported drivers for Windows yet. What the fuck? That was like the first thing. I mean, I would have used it for a little bit in SteamOS, but that was like the first thing I was going to do is just re-wipe it and put Windows on there. I haven't had time to touch Elden Ring, man. When I've had time, actually, that's a lie. I have played some Halo Infinite. For like when I was sick, I was playing Halo Infinite. Thoughts on Elden Ring? So I have not played it. Yes, I do plan on playing it, probably for an hour, and then get pissed off and frustrated and stop playing it. And Patrick is giving me the wiener as always.
Try to relax your anus.
Why does DSP act the way he does? Why does he keep feeding the trolls? I don't know. Well, hey, I'll give him credit. He ignored me today when I asked him to burp in a jar for me via Super Chat, where if he did answer and I didn't wait around long enough. I was like, I got shit to do. So, anyway, so let's get back on topic here because we do have over 500 people. So, the Steam Deck dream has been something that many companies have been chasing for. You've seen the reviews. I reviewed the Aya Neo. I'm going to be reviewing the 1X Player Mini. I don't even know how I'm going to be fair and give it a nice review because they just don't compare to the Steam Deck, but whatever. But they go back even further. These are actually still, like, if you buy a 1X player, especially into the AMD version, you're going to be playing a lot of games on it. But these things, people have been trying to do this for a while. GPD had some Atom-based, the GPD Win console, where it was a clamshell design. It had an Intel Atom processor, and they dared to call it a gaming PC. So this is one of those. There's the Smock Z. That was another one that was scammy. Not that the 1X player, Aya Neo and 1X are not scams. They're viable products, but there's some other gems out there of people chasing the Steam Deck dream, and we're going to watch some of them this evening. Ban anybody saying Brandy's fart box, please.
Look here! Look, listen!
I haven't received the fucking email either. I'm wondering is that like we receiving them in the order? And I've checked multiple fucking times, man. I hope I'm not getting fucked out of this thing. I want a Steam Deck, god damn it. I want to play Halo Infinite naked in bed, birds. Because I could do that with the TV and a console, but I want to lay naked in the position I want to lay naked in. Elden Ring is more approachable than Soul. So, it lubes up before it fucks you in the ass, then, is what you're saying. That's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah, PSVR looks fine. It's fine. I don't really have it. My place isn't small, but I just don't have a place where it's just like, I wish I had a room I was doing absolutely nothing with that could just be for VR, but, you know. I'd say Mighty. Yeah, Mighty number 9 was a shit show. Mighty number 9 was a shit show. Anyway. Try to relax your anus. Please. Are you... Brandy's fart box, that's Wing's wife, isn't it? Jesus Christ. You guys are terrible. Oh, I got rid of her fart. So let me make sure I didn't miss anybody here. I didn't. So this is PGS. This is one of those weird ass it was basically doing what the Steam Deck has successfully achieved. And wait till you see this shit show.
Hello everyone. I have a very special episode for you.
Yeah, that is a man with a hat.
Today. This is a first for my channel. The Kickstarter campaign I'm going to show you today was cancelled before I could even finish my video. But the project is still alive, so it is still relevant. It's confusing, let's just start from the beginning. PG.
Anything with an atom in it is not a gaming console. It is, unless it's like... Let me get another one of these fuckers. Unless they're doing like a dedicated console like Nintendo was using an atom chip and they're going to make their games work around the chip, you are not having anything called a gaming PC with an atom chip in it. They are fucking doorstops of processors. Oh god, Phil Fish. Good old Phil Fish. I think he actually works in analog now, man, which, hey, they're making great products, so he's doing good work. You know, horses and birds.
VGS, the portable console for PC games.
But just watch this ad. It's like an ad if artificial intelligence made it. Like if machine learning was like, here, you need to sell a Nintendo DS-like gaming PC. Compute it in, and this is what it spit out. Just here we go. Prepared. Even if you have never touched marijuana, you may feel stoned by the end of this fucking video. PGS.
Alright, first things first. When you start playing a pitch video and you realize that they just barely started drawing their device, then you know things are not going that well. But trust me on this. Just keep watching.
Well, that could be them starting out and they're showing you from the beginning, and that's when even though they're way ahead of that. But don't worry, he's right. This is a scam.
Hi, Kickstarter. Today, I will show you the true next generation of portable gaming.
Alright, now I didn't...
One spoiler, that guy has nothing to do with the company. He's an actor. And it's like Uncanny Valley shit. PGS. Revolution now.
Not alter this video at all. You could check it yourself. This is just how it appears on the Kickstarter page. His voice is out of sync with his lips. Obviously it's dubbed. They probably wanted to get rid of...
And yo, that game looks like it has fucking ray tracing in it. That shit looks like something the PS5 would have a problem running, man. And they're showing it running on that thin atom chipset bullshit. I love when companies do that, man. It makes my asshole tickle with delight. Follow this linear trail to an ass beat in Elden Ring. Look at this massive world. You could choose to have your ass beaten anywhere you... Pretty much. And I can't. I have kids. I have a job. And an occasional masturbation session. What do you mean what happened to Nick Avocado? Is he okay? Like, yeah, it's like, what is it? Like the thing where you slide up like some of the like early 2010s Android phones and they were still trying to ease people in by having slide up keyboards. That's what that looks like. How are those analog sticks? They look literally like nipples. The birds are going to start pecking at them because they look so much like nipples. Like, what are you playing on there? And does it have, with that picture that they're showing of the game, does it have a fucking GTX 3090 inside of it? hooked up to the Atom processor. Rich, do you think James Cameron is going to finish Avatar sequels and they will be better than the Marvel movies? I think that he is going to make a sequel to Avatar where the avatars are horses, and they're going to be blue horses, and they are going to fly around with birds, and that is going to be an Academy Award-winning fucking film. I guarantee. Cameron, call me. No notification, and you even got the bell on because YouTube loves Daddy Rich. They love me. And so do the birds. They love me. This bird has marijuana in his ass. But dude, look at that picture. Yo, I wish my 3090 could play a game that looks that good. Like,
of his foreign accent. But here's a tip for anybody who wants to make a pitch video, especially if they don't speak English.
I forgot I was holding.
Do not worry about your foreign accent. There's something that us Americans like about accents. We just kind of assume that anybody with a European accent is, somehow smarter than us. They're...
Wait, now why are the sticks raised? Are you saying that the sticks are retractable? PGS. Ridiculous shit now.
Probably healthier, and they don't know what McRib is, and they...
Intel Atom X. Oh my god.
Probably ride a bike.
Maybe realistically, I've used a similar chip around the same vintage as this. You're playing the original Dead Space at 720p at around 30 FPS on medium-low settings. That's it. That's like the most AAA gaming you're getting on there. Everything else, no, not even, man, because there's some 2D games that won't work well with Intel drivers. So this thing is a fucking shit show.
Like everywhere. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Take advantage of the accent that you have. I'm not kidding you. It will help you out. But you know what? I'm sorry that I went off topic because you're going to find out that the dubbing issue, that is the least of their problems.
Most people like portable gaming.
Why is there a jump cut? I know sometimes I'll do some splicing where there's audio and in between. Like, I know, but this is like, you're supposed to put your 8 billionth foot. This isn't a news story. This is you putting together a product ad. Like, what's going on? That you're just like word salading a bunch of words together.
But it had some problems.
I don't want that man selling fucking anything to me. It's like a European Elliot Rodger. It's like a Russian Elliot Rodger.
Almost all mobile games are too casual. Touchscreen is uncomfortable for most game genres. Tablets have the same problems, and they're too big for comfortable gaming. Existing portable game consoles are too weak.
What the fuck is going... Existing portable game consoles are too...
And games are very expensive.
What is he looking at? Was he looking at someone's hairy ass as he was... Oh my god, your ass is right there. Games are too expensive. He had a heart attack? He had a fucking heart attack? Oh, come on, man. No, you don't look like Ben Shapiro. Come on, man. Seriously?
First of all, that statement just doesn't make any sense, because a tablet and especially a phone are not too big for portable gaming. He then complains about the power of mobile devices and the price of games.
But what is that Intel chip gonna have in it, dude? You're not packing no i7 in there. Even the i7s, integrated graphics can fuck off. Even their new Iris graphics, which technically hardware-wise on paper are good, but their driver support sucks. Like, what was that Intel Atom chip going to offer different? Like, at the time when this came out, easily get a 3DS. Soulsborne fans are toxic. You tell them it needs an easy mode for people with disabilities who don't have the time. They act like you. Oh yeah, and I don't really look. I'm not a game designer, and I will say that. Maybe I'll talk to like David Jaffe, even though people are pissed off at him because he wasn't madly in love with Metroid Dread. Heaven forbid. There has to be a way that they could design an easy mode and a Souls-like and give the experience they intend to give. They say they can't. Again, I'm not a game developer. I'm a guy sitting in an armchair, literally. But I kind of call bullshit on that. I just think that they're afraid that their core base, that's their key moneymaker, would get pissed off at them if they did it. That's what I really think it is. I know that's, oh my God, Rich, that's a terrible hot take, and you have a small penis, and your nipples dribble, your nipples jiggle, and I would say yes to all of those. But that's what I think it is that their key money-making base would be fucking infuriated because they have a dick measuring contest on how they could get through a Souls game. Congratulations. You still have a small penis just like me. I just admit to it. Like I'm saying, man, I have 3 kids. I have a full-time job. I have other things going on. I don't have... Oh, just keep going. Just fight the same boss for 7 hours. Great. Where the... I maybe game. That's an intense gaming week for me, 7 hours from software. Yes, I'm going on a rant right now. Eat my ass. Like, damn, if I game 7 hours in a week, that's a lot. That's a lot. You know, I'm fucking 40 years old. I would love to play a Souls game, but I just don't. Oh, just get good, bro. Maybe if I was 20, sure. If I had, if I was just going to school or work, you know, and I could just come home and invest all the fucking time in the world, of course. But I don't. But I know because they built up their success from making these brutal games, they want to just pretend that they can't make an easier mode. Don't even make it fucking, I don't want easy. I don't want the game to give me a cakewalk, but don't make it where I'm getting friggin' fisted within the first 20 minutes over and over and over again. You know, ease your fist into me slowly, please. But again, I know what it's about. They know their core money-making base would screech, lose their shit, and there would be 8 billion people making videos and crying about it, and I would make a video saying it's a good idea and probably lose another 3,000 subscribers because me and Kyle Kalinske are in a contest to see who could stay below 1 million the longest. I think I may be in the lead. But that's why they won't do it, because there's that core base that's where the biggest money comes from for them, and they would lose their shit. Because me, real man, me could beat. Congratulations, you have more of a time investment than I could have. You win. Congratulations. So a series that, and it kind of makes me salty a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because a series that I would love to invest time in, I can't. Because the hardcore idiots will shriek. So, thanks. Like you were also hung like a horsefly. Welcome to the club. The birds welcome you. But I still like playing games, Vampire Rockstar. Find a different hobby. Why are you wanting to exclude people? That makes no sense. I don't play video games to prove my manhood to other people. I play video games for most of the time I play on normal anyway. So if you're trying to say I'm always looking for an easy mode, that's 97% of the time now. Maybe if I'm tired, I'm like, all right, Halo Infinite, I'm playing on easy. You know why? I play it late at night for like an hour. And I'm just like, I just want to not think and just grapple and throw shit. But generally, I play on normal. I'm not looking for like a cakewalk of a game. But am I looking for something that, because I have, my time is at a premium because I'm an adult, but it's a series that I do love and would love even more if it had a more approachable mode? I don't really think that's me being entitled, just me telling it like it is. Sure, they would piss off their main audience and they would cry and they would lose some of them, but they would also open up their base to a whole other group of a demographic that people would love to get into the Souls games, but they simply just don't have the time to play and fight at one boss for 15 hours. So there. Rant done. I'm sure I pissed off a bunch of people, but what else is new? I only play Magic the Gathering. You play Magic the Gathering, I'm pissed off, I'm at a Spindrift. Damn it. You know what, yeah, and I'm not, have the brutal motherfucking mode. Have the brutal mode. Like, I've played enough of Souls games, not enough, because like I said, I just don't have the time to deal with it, but I've played enough where it's like, they can make this easier. They just choose not to. Change the AI routines for the easy mode or normal mode or whatever you want to call it. Because I'm sure a Souls game in easy mode would be like Castlevania hard still. Which is what I really want. That's what I want. Castlevania can fuck me in the ass, but I can manage it. It's still a tough game. I think 99% of the gaming community would agree with me. At least the boomer gaming community. If it was Castlevania hard, like I'm talking 8-bit Castlevania challenge, cool. That's still brutal. But I can't. Oh, wow, Rich, dude, I'm getting stuck at the first fucking boss in Dark Souls 3. Oh, that's all right, Rich, I was at him for 4 hours. It's fine. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, just magically 4 hours just fell out of my ass. So, my final sentence on the hot take, and we'll get back to this because I know I just went on a stone rant, is... I just feel in my gut of nipples that From Software can design their games in the same fashion and have an easy mode. They're just afraid of pissing off their key base and losing money. But, like I just said, guess this is 2 sentences, they would open up to a whole other base. So that third of their hardcore base they may lose, they'll gain back 7-fold by opening up to a different base who just wouldn't have the time to deal with their super fucking hard games. But I am just a man on the internet with a small dick and fake birds in front of me. Let's continue.
Which are 2 problems that I don't think this Kickstarter is ever going to solve. So really, he's just
Shitbox 360?
complaining about...
I get what you're saying, but here's the thing, though. Puzzle game is a puzzle. Tetris is Tetris is Tetris. Okay? It doesn't have this beautiful world and lore and combat that I want to be engaged in. But I don't have the time to sit there and in the first 10 minutes have to take 3 hours to go through one boss. Because you have to sit there and figure out the pattern. I just don't have that kind of time to invest in the game, but I do want to enjoy that world. And I do still want a decent challenge. That's the thing. I know that argument's going to be there, and it's kind of like everyone's going to have to agree to disagree. People are like, Rich, that's what makes the Souls games. But I'm thinking, I like that world. I like that lore. I like that combat. I don't have time, though, to invest in that steep of a challenge because I have way too much other shit going on. But if they made a mode that was more approachable for me, not even necessarily a bend over and I'll make it easy to just for the game to let me shove it in their ass. What? You get what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be cakewalk fucking easy. It could be like for a Dark Souls game, it would probably be normal. You know? I don't know. Well, this is a new take from Q. But the problem with QVC is that I dug for some stuff and it's kind of mundane. Like, I love the bangers of shit. I probably should make a video in the future, but Wii U video is still first. I was setting up for that today like I showed on Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter, by the way. At the Real RTU. Who's messaging me? Make sure it's not important.
about things that he doesn't have a solution for just to get you on his side. His arguments don't really go anywhere.
Furthermore, they rarely have AAA class games.
PGS. Revolution now.
Yep, PGS. Revolution now.
Wait, let's hear that again. It can't be.
PGS. Revolution now. Beams.
He was indeed Street Junkie's Honest Trailer guy.
Holy shit, it is! They got the Honest Trailers guy to say their name.
No.
I didn't know you could do that. I wonder what he charges. Maybe I can hire him.
PGS is a portable gaming system.
Thank you. I did not realize that. Oh, wow. There's a portable gaming system. That is a portable gaming system. Holy shit. I thought it was a portable toilet. I was going to take a shit on it and flush that log. Thank you for letting me know what that is. That controller has some... That gaming system has some nice nipples, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Based on PC version of Windows 10, PGS can natively run PC game.
It ain't running a fucking thing that you're showing there, unless that is cloud gaming. But this is back in like 2016, 2017. It wasn't cloud gaming. Fuck off, fuck off.
Games.
PC games on a
Portable devices?
We're not going to sync up a fucking... This is like PS1 levels of voice syncing, huh? We are not syncing fucking anything. We're not even trying.
Alright, what they're doing here is really strange, because usually in a Kickstarter pitch, you know, somebody will be trying out the hardware. So why do they have anecdotes from people who are apparently just watching the pitch video? Well, in case you couldn't have guessed by now,
they don't really have a full prototype.
Spoiler alert, they have no prototype.
It has become possible thanks to the new generation of ultra-low power chips.
Bullshit. What year was this? 2016. That chip was a fucking potato. You could eat my ass, PGS. Revolution now.
Gives us the power of gaming PC with smart...
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. You lie. You lie. That chip is doing nothing. That chip is barely going to do the graphical effects that Windows needs. You're maybe playing some 7th gen games at lower medium settings at barely 30, and if it stays at 30, that chip deserves a cookie. You are not putting a gaming laptop in that thing. Even in 20, look how thick and chunky. Look at this. That thin DS thing. This is a 2022 device too, where they got more transistors in a smaller piece of silicon, whatever. What is that thing doing? You're playing solitaire on that and maybe watching some 720p fucking porn. PGS Revolution now.
Smartphone power consumption.
The power of gaming PCs with smartphone power consumption.
It's just not a thing. It's not a... Especially back then, it definitely wasn't a thing. Jesus Christ. Oh, look, wow, there's a normal amount of people here. Thank you, YouTube. You're sending notifications out tonight, aren't you? Put a bird in my ass, all right? Listen to me. Later, you, in my ass. I need it cleaned out. There's corn. DSP fell down a hole.
I fell down a fucking hole.
Pokemon Direct happened. A new mainline Pokemon game announced is coming out this year. Despite a Pokemon game just came out last month, another game came out 4 months ago. They are no shit. They are just, Nintendo is like, I am gonna milk these Poke Udders. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch all that milk. And it's just spraying his milk all over him. It's like Tim and Eric when there was the man milk, but they're just getting that Poke milk. Pour it on my pokey face. Wait. Holy fuck. Where did we go? What are we doing? What's happening here? We need to go back to that man. We need to go back to that man. They're milking it. Milking it dry. Well, I've known that but it's just, they're going into like major milk mode. Nintendo just wants all the milk all over their face from those Poke Udders. I'm sorry, this is a family-friendly show. My apologies. Cheers.
PCs with smartphone power consumption. I am not even going to explain what's wrong with that. Have fun in the comments, guys.
We have brought together...
I think I'm the only one who ever noticed that trophy right there. I really wonder what that trophy was awarded for.
Or Carlos and Steve Pokemon. Don't ever ask that. Why'd you even ask that? What are you doing? Don't ask them that right now. You know. The fuck is wrong with you? You know better.
I wonder if it was for acting.
We have brought together incredible Japanese engineers.
Here's a Japanese person right now. It's like, we got together the best fat people. And I'm just like, hi, I'm fat. Like, it's like, oh, fuck me. Don't you dare.
Ah, yes, every project needs Japanese engineers. Thank you.
Or German. Always fucking German. German engineered parts. German engineered this. German engineered shits. Every fucking German. Japanese. German. Japanese. Oh, just, is it good or not? Most of it's sent to fucking China to be manufactured anyway.
Thank you for that compliment wrapped in a stereotype.
And wonderful industrial designers.
Specifically the...
Here is a bald man to make you feel validated. Oh, man. I may nut before this is done.
Yeah, I think they're right on that.
We want to create the best thing in the portable...
We wanted to create the best thing. We wanted to create... The best what? What are we creating? The best chicken sandwich? I'm sorry. What are we creating? The best seltzer? The best marijuana spray? What are we creating? The best controller? Just the best thing. It's the best. Say it with me, birds. It's the best. It's the best. We don't know what the best it is, but it's the fucking best. It's just whatever. It's the best everything. God bless.
Gaming world. We have come a long way to revolutionize it, from sketches and concepts to functioning prototypes.
To frantic masturbation in the bathroom. Holy shit. Yo, that is running the Prince of Persia remake at like 13 frames a second. Wow.
PGS.
Oh, PGS. Slow gaming fucking now.
From sketches and concepts to functioning prototypes.
Look at that. That is making the N64 blush with frame rates right there. Clutterbuns is all over it. He's selling it on QVC right now. He's all about the Sonic on there and the meat rotation. Meatloaf rotation. Don't rotate your meat in public.
Types. PGS supports all games.
PGS,
including software.
PGS supports all games, including software. So what are you saying? What does that even mean? Of course it's software. Even if it's on a cartridge, the cartridge is hard or whatever the fuck this is. It plays all games? Oh, am I going to run Cyberpunk 2077 on it? At all? I'm not even going to waste my time saying low settings. Is that even going to boot up? Captain Revolution? The guy looks like he came out of a fucking Google AI machine.
Supported by your PC or laptop. Using wireless monitor, wireless mouse, keyboard, and audio system. You can use PGS as a desktop PC.
Hey, wait a second, PGS. When's the last time you saw a Cyrillic keyboard in Detroit? And with that, you have the first clues to where these guys come from. They're Russian. Now, I feel like I have to make a point here, and some of you might disagree with it, but they're not being all that upfront that it is a Russian project. And I gotta tell you, there are two places in this world I will not buy a product from. There's Nigeria and Russia. Now, I'm sure there are great legitimate businessmen in both countries, but I'm sorry, I just avoid them. It's too risky. I've heard too many horror stories. And anyways, come on, name me one good thing that's come out of Russia that didn't have a size 26 waist or begin with the letters AK. You can't. It doesn't exist. It ain't their cars, that's for damn sure.
You can use PGS as a desktop PC. You won't even have to take it out of your pocket.
What the fuck does that mean? It's just gonna I'm gonna just slap my fucking pocket. It's gonna wirelessly hook up to any screen that's around me. I'm gonna be playing Doom Eternal at 120 FPS at 1440p. I'm telling you, like I said, this is like something that if artificial intelligence said, "Hey, make a Nintendo Switch-like gaming PC," this is what it would spit out. You could play horse on your handheld with no chickens but HDMI. PGS Revolution now. Kevin Connor, thank you for the super chat.
Alright, this is why I like their campaign so much. You sort of have to like shut off your brain in order to buy what they're saying. Let's hear that again.
You can use PGS as a desktop PC. You won't even have to take it out of your pocket.
You can use it as a desktop PC and you don't even have to take it out of your pocket. How in the world does that make any fucking sense?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Just shut off your brain and keep watching.
PGS has
It's like the story from a porn, man. You're not there for it, so you just shut off your brain and just you just beat off.
full battery, which gives you about 5 hours of unbelievable portable gaming.
Fucking how? First off, that chip ain't playing fuck all. Secondly, even if it is going to slurp up unless you have a battery that you're carrying around externally in your pocket. You are not getting 5 hours out of that thing unless you're playing Meatloaf Rotation. And if you're playing Meatloaf Rotation, you are the most hardcore gamer on the fucking planet. Fuck birds.
Your console has a crystal quality.
Has a crystal quality. What does that fucking mean? It has a crystal quality. You mean like a crystal clear screen? Who the fuck is spell check this shit? I know you're coming out of Russia or whatever, but you don't. If you're trying to sell it to like, they just hoping that people are idiots and just it's just like. It's all like the rest of these fucking Kickstarter scams.
Let's hear it again.
Our console has a crystal quality.
And again.
Our console has a crystal quality. I could say my birds have a crystal quality. My seltzer has a crystal quality. My phone has a crystal quality. My ass has a crystal quality. What the living fuck do you fucking mean, for Christ's sake? I'm telling you, this is, if an AI algorithm made an ad for a product like this is exactly what it would spit out. Do you see now? Do you see this fever fucking coked up dream that we are living in with this crystal quality console? Put a bird in my ass.
Our console has a crystal quality.
And just one more time.
Our console has a crystal quality.
My ass.
Quadraphonic audio system. Merging two high DPI displays gives ability to combine the gaming process.
What the fuck has the ability to combine the gaming process with what? With peanuts? What are we combining it with? Oil and vinegar? What do you mean? Like, I kind of loosely get it. What do you mean? The bottom screen is like the touchpad? You're kind of going with a... I'm choking because of this revolution. You kind of going with what the Steam Deck's doing, or like the DS did, where the bottom screen, that'll be real fun. Oh, I'm playing Doom Eternal. Let me rub my finger around like a tiny penis around the screen like a stylus and aim with it. Is that what you're saying? There are AAA developers going to design their fucking games to work with your separate fucking screen? PGS Revolution now.
With such functions as, for example, the ability to...
With such functions as, for example... Jesus Christ, who's reading this? You know what? I actually give the voice actor who's reading this credit, because they were like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? You want me to make this into something that doesn't make anyone want to vomit? How much am I being paid? Add an extra 0 to it? All right, we're set. Here we go. PGS Revolution now.
Try to relax your anus.
To watch videos on YouTube.
Alright guys, believe me, I'm not trying to make fun of him, but let's break down what he just said right there. He says that the dual displays gives ability to combine the gaming process with such functions as, for example...
Gives ability to combine the gaming process with such functions as, for example...
That is some amazingly sloppy English.
The ability to watch videos on YouTube.
Yes, because... I'm playing this really intense, can't take your eyes off the screen racing game. On my separate screen, I want to see some kitties. Look at those. Oh, we got little kitties on the bottom right there. Do you see those kitties? Oh, we're going to call one Sprinkles and one, we may call the other one Funyuns. Don't actually tell my dog Funyuns about that, though. That's not something you want to do. Don't tell him. I love playing some little bit of Ridge Racer, and then just on the bottom screen, little kitties going like this. Like, what is that? Who's gonna do that? Who? Your dad? Your dad's gonna play racing games and watch little kitties? Your dad's kind of odd. You can't concentrate. That was a stupid example to show. It was dumb. PGS Revolution now.
Our dream is to make the portable world better.
We're a bunch of hot women from Russia. Invest in our product.
Okay, what the hell did they just say? I think what they said was help us to make it to you. And I love that girl on the left. They should give her that trophy.
PGS Revolution now.
Thank you, Honest Trailers, man. And that's their pitch video. Alright, now we got a lot to talk about in this one.
Oh, we do.
There are so many red flags that are going off here. It's amazing that they were able to raise over 3 times their goal before canceling. But we'll get back to that.
Because people are fucking stupid. People are fucking... How do you look at that ad? It's just like, can I just... Yo, I'm doing it wrong, man. I need to make a fake-ass fucking crypto or a scam-ass fucking Kickstarter campaign and just put Michael Bay music and get some fucking snazzy-looking dude to read a script for me, not even put proper English together, and just make $300,000 and then fuck it all up. PGS. I just can't. I can't. Like, what is wrong with you? How did it to the 1,184 people that saw this, how fucking stupid are you? How are you this dumb? Like, you have to be somewhat of an enthusiast to even find this. You know what I'm saying? and you saw that trailer that made zero. Our console has a crystal quality. This is shitty voice dubbing. You could shove this console up your ass and have stereophonic sound come out of your mouth, and then you shit it out and do it again. I'm on it. I'm a backer. VGS Revolution now.
That's another red flag all on its own. First off, you don't know these people. Now,
yes, we're going to see that too. We're going into the sequel, man. You're good. I like Isaiah. This guy's good. You're a good man. He's a man.
I'm not a social butterfly by any means, but I don't think this is how conversations work.
Hi Kickstarter. Today, I will show you the...
Hi, my name is not Kickstarter, and who the fuck might you be?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Not hi, Kickstarter.
Seriously, imagine if this
Hi, place where I'm getting the money from.
guy showed up at your door.
Hi Kickstarter. Today, I will show you the...
He looks like he would probably be trying to sell me on Jehovah's Witness. He looks like I have seen many men come to my door and be like, can I tell you about the whatever? But no, you cannot tell me about anything. Leave and walk the other way. No, tell me nothing. PGS Revolution now.
The true next generation of portable gaming.
Who the fuck are you?
He is, like I said, he is a Jehovah's Witness. I would close the fucking door on.
They don't show the team or name anyone in their pitch, and that's usually just basic info that people include on the campaign page. Aren't people usually proud of their campaigns? People typically like to be recognized for this major project in their lives. I don't think I'm the only person who asked that, but don't worry, after enough—
Pledge 10,000. Pledge 10,000 to this fucking snake oil. Holy shit. Estimated delivery March 2017. How many people are enjoying their PGSs right now? How's your Revolution doing? Are you if you have a prototype, does Meatloaf Rotation run at 15 FPS? Let me know. The seltzer feels good in the throat. Thank you for asking. You're a good-looking bird. Thank you. You better not shit on the table later.
Enough people complain they finally came forward with their team. Because of course providing basic information only after you've received enough complaints is the correct way to manage a Kickstarter campaign. And oh man, Russian is such a beautiful language.
No red flags there. No red flags to talk about there. This is a great Kickstarter. Everyone's having their revolutions right now in their pockets. They're doing their desktop gaming. They're doing their desktop work. Not even taking the PGS out of their pocket. They're playing Doom Eternal at 4K 144 FPS. Ultra settings with the revolution of the PGS. Thank you, PGS. Or no one has any fucking thing and it was a complete ripoff. Revolution now.
Did you know that the name Alan Williams translates into Russian as Kostas Lucky? Who knew?
What?
Oh, and also apparently he is an actor, so I guess we're gonna need another—
Oh, man. What is this shit? What is this? What is this?
Other trophy. And remember their indispensable Japanese engineer? Well, his name is Sergei Kirimov.
Okay. This thing could have run my insulin pump pretty much. No, Rich, there's a K-pop band missed a member and he's disguised as this guy. Are you serious?
We've also got their head of strategy and finance, Artur Krantz, who
That looks like a man I wouldn't trust him with anything. I wouldn't trust him with turning off one of my fucking light switches, man. You turn around for 5 seconds, that man is fisting you.
I can assure you has never appeared on the cover art of a Grand Theft Auto game, and their CEO,
we're on the same page.
Nadir Mursalov. You're gonna see a lot of him later. But for now, let's look at Lola Kochekova. I'm not even gonna tell you what she does.
She looks like she's a spy.
I want you to guess. Is she an actress, a legal affairs manager, or a mafia heiress?
Okay, well.
Go ahead and make your selection. Alright, now if you answered all of the above, then you are correct. Alright, first off, she does claim...
No, I didn't listen to the rant. Where is it? Where is it? We're stopping everything. This is breaking news. This is breaking news. Hold on. Where is it? Someone has to send it to me right now. Phil is a man. He is a man. His name is Phil. He gives you thrills. He gives you chills. Mr. Burnell, my butthole smells. But can you tell? Oh, man. I just have to see it. I asked him to send me a burp in a jar. Can a man send a burp in a jar? All right, so we'll keep watching this until we get the link.
To be an actress, so go ahead and add another award to the shopping list. Oh, wait a second, why didn't she act in the pitch video? Lola, act like you're worth something. Alright, and her father is Alimzan Tokshtak whatever. And his friends describe him as a gregarious and generous patron of artists and athletes. Or, according to authorities, he might be a sinister figure in drug dealing, gun running, and auto theft. And when his friends said that he was a generous patron of artists and athletes, I wonder if they were referring to the accusation that he bribed the ice skating judges in the 2002 Winter Olympics. And
These sound like quality people that you want to be investing in their product.
get this, they apprehended him in Italy, and Lola was with him over there, and they pointed a gun at her. That is some crazy shit. Also, apparently the United States has an arrest warrant out for him on fraud-related charges. But he's not in hiding or anything, he lives openly in Russia.
Поймали, как говорят, мое имя, и хотят везде втыкать.
And as recent as 2013, he was charged with running an illegal gambling ring based out of the United States. No word on whether it was CSGO related though. Now just a disclaimer, that's all just accusations. There's no proof that Almizan is tied to the PGS.
Yo, this is crazy. Like imagine, like, yeah, this sounds like something. All these companies always have something in common, whether it be the Coleco chameleon. There's always some really glaring, ridiculous bullshit flaw that comes out with all of them. There's mafia heiresses involved in this one. The Coleco chameleon was a crock of shit, and the prototype they showed to try to get Kickstarter money actually had a capture card board in it for capturing video and was not a motherboard to do anything with a gaming console. The Coleco, the television Amico is whatever the fuck it is. They're all characters. They are, man. They're all characters from a GTA game.
Campaign, or that Lola's involved with all the sinister shit that he does. But if we're going to approach the evidence like that, then I could just as easily argue that she is no legal affairs manager. So then what does she do? Why am I including all the info about her father? Well, as much as PGS loves to recruit from the theater department, I doubt they have a need for another actor, especially for one that never appeared in the pitch video. I have my own theories, but let's just say I have a feeling that her job title is a typo, and they forgot to add an IL to the beginning of it. And now let me tell you about PGS's investors, which I don't really have a lot to say about because they keep telling us about their investors, but they won't tell us anything else about who they are or where they came from. And what they're doing makes no fucking sense. When I first heard about PGS, it was on the Dingunity forums, and PGS was telling us that they have investors, so they don't even need to do a Kickstarter campaign. They said they were just going to sell the...
Look at those frame rates. Those are not playable, man. Anything below 30, that's its average. Minimal graphics, medium graphics, minimal, medium. Fuck off. And that's not even something to boast. I sent you the DSP link on Twitter. Ah, did you? Let me see. Let me take a look. It is 1 hour and 10 minutes in. Okay. Breaking news. DSP has responded to me. DSP is a man. And he has responded. Drew, thank you.
Lag less.
No, you lag less. Okay. Philip Burnell. Breaking news from DSP Gaming. I'm gonna dip my balls in it.
The Atelier Tesla. The Atelier Tesla or Tesla, I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce your name, did an Ultra membership earlier. So I want to shout that out because that's pretty significant. Thank you for the Ultra membership, okay? Thank you. ReviewTechUSA did a super chat.
Yes, I did.
And says, burp in a jar and send it to me. Can you? No, what I will do, Rich, I'm going to fart in a jar. Did you know there was actually a person who was farting into a jar?
Oh, Phil, are you doing what you should be doing? I will give you credit. You're going to fart. Dude, he's actually playing. Phil, let's just hold on before I applause.
And selling it on the internet and mailing it to people. People were buying it. And they actually did this so much. They were purposely eating gassy foods every day.
I know, I did a video on this, Phil. I know. She went to the hospital, so she went to fart fucking NFTs, which make no sense. It's like the Gizmondo of the Swedish Mafia. DSP now in crystal quality. DSP. Revolution now.
To create more gas. I'm not making this up. This is a true story.
No, he's 110% correct. This is 110% true. And she had like this diet of like all this shit and like weird ass proteins, anything to make you gassy, and she was farting and people were spending $1,000 a fucking goddamn jar. I don't want anybody to fart in my face, okay? Like, I know farts. Look, if I'm with a significant other and they end up farting, who cares? Like, farts happen. But I don't want, like, a fart. Like, oh, wow, here's a hot woman's fart. Oh.
I fell down a fucking hole.
No, it's disgusting.
It's an actual news story, okay? They had to create so much gas in their intestinal tract that it built up so badly they had to go to the hospital
because she felt like she was having a heart attack. Yeah, he's right.
And when they went to the hospital, the doctor said to them, "What are you doing? Like you're this is not what the body is supposed to do."
Yeah, she was trying to, what was it, like 60 fucking farts a week? I mean, at least she was being genuine, and people were like, hey, I want to give you $1,000 for a fart in a jar. Say no more, Chief. Like, she did it. Bless her heart. That you were getting what you wanted. It's a fucking Jesus Christ.
You're purposely gasifying your tract. You're going to kill yourself if you keep doing this. You're going to get super sick and you're going to bloat up and die if you keep doing this. You can't keep doing this. So they had to give up doing the gas jars, the fart jars.
He missed the key part of the story, though. They went on to do fart NFTs. I'm not a crypto bro. How do you fart into the blockchain? Do you know? So if I let air out of my ass, just like that, haven't used that in a while. I miss you, fart. Miss you. Where does that go? Into the fart. Where does that go into the? So I have an NFT. I have a non-fungible token of my ass. People buy this shit? Are you fucking stupid? Wokebuster, Cyberfrog, and these are, yes, okay. Remind me again, not with, you don't have to super chat it. Like, you could do the same thing like people do on Twitter. Oh, yeah, dude.
So as much as I would like to say I'd like to burp into a jar or fart into a jar for you, Rich, because I know you would love it.
I would absolutely. It would make my fucking year.
I know what would happen. Here's what would happen. So Rich would turn on one of his videos, you know, one of his incredibly useful, incredibly informative, incredibly high quality, totally not frivolous, stupid, sissy, dumb, drama, toxic bullshit videos, but one of his great quality streams.
I appreciate him saying that my videos are quality videos. Thank you. Thank you, Phil. No sarcasm there at all.
Videos. Very meaningful content. And as he turns on the camera, the first thing he would do, he would kiss a chicken. The second thing he would do, he would suck a cucumber.
This is all accurate. He's 110% correct.
Then he would take his shirt off. And then before he started talking to do his content, he would open up the jar and sniff my farts and then close it. Eau de Phil. And now let's talk about what happened today. So there you go. Very excited.
Those are all accurate statements. He got me. Shut the fuck up, okay? I don't need you saying shit. Fuck birds! Oh, really? I couldn't tell. He was being sarcastic? Games at Viscarafet and Forgive Me, Father. Good games with much manliness. Applause after X5, but after every sentence you speak, I'm an asshole. Applause after times, but after every sentence you speak, I'm an asshole. So basically, I got you. I got good news for you, birds. I'm an asshole. I took a shit, and you want to know where it came out of? It came out of my asshole. I pissed off the lady at the pharmacy today. You know what she called me? An asshole. Howard Stern sent his staff over to Fist Fest. You know where they got fisted? In their assholes. Hey. Whoa. All right. God bless birds. I mean, hey, that was a good roast. It was a good roast. I got to give credit where credit is due. The man roasted me good. I kneeled to Phil with that roast. He did well. I'm just how I am. If I could dish it, I got to take it, right? Well, I would just, if I dished it and that got ass hurt and couldn't take it, what does that make me? It makes me no better than the beard inning. I'm sorry, the chattening. You know what I mean?
Product once it's ready. I had my doubts, and sure enough, they did go to Kickstarter. They claim that the investors are forcing them to go to Kickstarter before releasing funds to them because they want to make sure there's demand out there for the product. Now, that could be true. Kickstarter is actually used as a PR.
Now, what the fuck is this? That looks nothing like the Revolution Now
platform these days. It just gets you a lot of exposure. Of course, you have to make sure it's the right kind of exposure. But, for instance, do you ever wonder why Pebble Watch always comes back? It's because they're known as that product on Kickstarter. If they were just on the open market, they would get crushed. So they use Kickstarter PR very effectively. But with PGS, it makes no sense with what they're trying to do. They're selling...
slow ass DDR3 RAM. Oh my god. That thing would just fucking chug with 98% of what you threw at it. And even the games that they were boasting that with good frame rates. Who wants to play a game at like 24 FPS? Get the fuck out of here. I know that was on the low side of it. That wasn't the average, but still.
A lot of early bird units. But if they really want to know what the market looks like for this thing, then they...
No, I answered you before, Jack. I said email them to me next time. So next time, I answered your super chat, bro.
They need to sell it at full price. Otherwise, that's useless sales information for the investors. Throughout their campaign, they kept teasing that in their...
Why would you want a 1440p screen? It's a waste of time with that chip. Absolute waste of fucking... That's what I feel about with the 1X players. Oh, we're going to have a 1440p... For what? Even with the AMD chip, which has better drivers, like, you're not playing games natively at 1440p. What the fuck is the point? Yes. No, I saw some. No, Googlefish, I didn't see that. I meant to watch it, though. I watched some, but I didn't get to that point. And you want 5 intro farts? Oh, yeah.
Try to relax your anus.
That was a good mix.
Next update, they were going to disclose their investors. And then it was their next update, and the one after that. But of...
We might be, but this is, dude, you have to see the gold. This is nothing. There's still more with this rabbit hole.
Of course, instead, they just canceled the campaign.
Andrew.
So I guess we'll never know who their investors were. I'm sure we haven't talked about them at all in this video. It could be anyone for all we know. So sorry guys, I gotta leave you with that cliffhanger. I guess we'll never know. They've also made some really outrageous claims about the investors. They actually made the claim that with those investors...
What were they showing with PS4 and Xbox One with that? What were they even hinting at with that? What bullshit was that going to be? Wait a second. Come on. What the fuck was even that? If we're talking about game streaming for more powerful, PGS becomes the most universal among all miniature... Okay. Our device works perfectly with Steam streaming, or what is it called? Remote play, as well as with Xbox One and PS4 streaming. The ability was achieved due to our use of high-performance components in the device, and a Wi-Fi chip supports broadband data. Doesn't matter. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Claim that with those investors, there is absolutely no risk in backing the PGS campaign. They say that even if it fails, the investors are going to pay the Kickstarter backers anyways. And that reeks of so much bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. Investors and philanthropists are two very different things. Investors don't do that. They want to make a profit. But maybe they could promise that because they really don't have to compensate a lot of people. Because if you ask me, those numbers are cooked. Those backers are fake.
So they're trying to push up the campaign to actually get money. So say they put in 200,000, people see that there's 200,000 in there. Another 100,000 comes in, you profit 100,000. Yoink. I'm out. Oh yeah, we had problems behind the scenes. Sucks. I know there's stuff in place now that can't really happen, but it was a thing, I believe.
Watch a lot of these campaigns, and the PGS campaign is exceptional. They don't have a prototype, they're not forthcoming with evidence, or
I thought you had to have a prototype to be on Kickstarter.
Or answers to very serious questions. And they're not even getting a lot of media coverage. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first time you've heard of them. So how'd they make so much money in the first week? Again, I watch a lot of campaigns, and if there's one thing PGS is not going to do, is not going to defy gravity like this. I suspected fake followers from the beginning, and I don't think it's just on Kickstarter. They've been around for less than a year, but they have 94,000 Twitter followers, which...
Yeah, they're getting bots in there. They're getting bots. And what they did is, like I said, they throw in, say, like 200,000. Then they think people will be stupid enough to give 100,000. They walk away with 100, take out their 200, walk away with the extra 100 that people who were investing in it dropped in, and then they walk away and cha-ching. So I played Portal 2 with a Pro Controller, and the HD Rumble vibration works with the game. Every time you shoot a portal, there's a vibration. Oh, really? So wait. Oh, but yeah, and they're coming out. Oh, you're talking about on the PC, because I know Portal's coming to the Switch, so that's why I got confused. Oh shit.
Could be legit, but whenever they post something, even if it's voting on changes to the hardware, their likes barely manage to break the double digits. So something is not right here. Again, the followers, the backers, the numbers just don't add up. If you ask me, it's clearly faked. And yes, that is against Kickstarter rules, but it's very hard to enforce. But more importantly,
Yeah, how could you really say that, you know?
their prototypes are fake. But get this, they totally cop up to it. I've never seen anything else like it. They openly admit that it's just a bunch of off-the-shelf components. And apparently Kickstarter has no problem with that. A lot of people have reported this project, but Kickstarter has not taken it down. But don't think...
Why? Because they're showing something. So I could take a board out of, like, my iPhone and, like, show it working with the screen saying, oh, here's a prototype. Okay. Again, this video is from a while ago. This may have changed, but what the fuck? When was that ever a good idea, Kickstarter?
I think they haven't reviewed it because they did force them to take down the 3D renders. As you guys know, those realistic 3D renders are not allowed on Kickstarter, because it could mislead people into thinking that the project is further along than it actually is. You know, kind of like how a fake prototype might. In fact, way back in their early prototype, way before...
Yeah, retracting sticks. That won't be a disaster with longevity at all, even if this thing actually came to fruition. I would give those, like, 2 months.
Before they ever went to Kickstarter, yours truly had a hand in identifying their fake prototype. But I shouldn't give myself so much credit because it actually wasn't that hard. Because in their pitch video, they showed off the board, and if you enhanced it enough, you could kind of make out the letters that were printed on the board, and by playing around with what those numbers might be,
Jesus there, detective.
I was able to identify it as a Lynx EMI 8270. It's a 7-inch tablet which is also sold.
Oh, it's just, they just got in a fucking tablet, and then here is PGS oh my god. Oh my god, there is so much snake oil on the internet. I gotta go piss. Birds. Those are birds that you heard. They're not stopping. The birds are... Shut up, birds! Shut up, birds.
Sold under the brand M-Door, and it goes for about $65. And I'm not kidding you, that's all their prototype was. Just that tablet without its case. And they still have those pictures on their Kickstarter page.
It's incredible. How did people not think that anyone's gonna... Dude, this was just another cut and run. Oh, fuck me, man. I love the internet.
Page and in the video. And now with this Kickstarter, they have a new prototype, and let me tell you what that one is. That one is a disassembled Surface 3 tablet with an iPega Bluetooth controller, and they're able to get video onto a 5-inch screen by using the tablet's HDMI out and plugging it into this board. We know they're using this because this is their CEO's actual posts online asking how to do it. And that's how you can fake a prototype and get away with it on Kickstarter. Let me tell you, their project while it was live was a goddamn circus. They were lashing out at their critics and calling them trolls, and then they would apologize.
Oh, this is, wow, this is sounding familiar. Sounding familiar.
In the next post, they even sent out an update that said that they were under attack, and I swear you could get them to say anything if they thought it would bring in more backers. Early on in the campaign, I asked if they would have cross-compatibility with Phantom Entertainment's console, and they responded with, sure, why not? Probably not understanding that Phantom Entertainment is an
What never came out.
infamous vaporware console. One of my favorite moments was...
Did they actually find a prototype of that somewhere? Like it was going to be a thing, but it just fell apart?
when they were caught in a lie. So get this, they said that their CEO needed to get some serious work done. So they claim he locked himself in his office for 3 days. And then he had this miracle eureka moment.
It's like some Kim Jong-un shit. Like, he locked himself in his office. No food. He shit himself. He didn't even go to the bathroom to shit. PGS. Revolution now. Turds were flowing from his holes, and he came up with the ultimate prototype. He urinated on himself. Why? Because the revolution needs to be now.
That he could get more power out of the CPU if he adds active cooling to it. But can you imagine that? He locked himself in his office for 3 days. He's probably shitting in a bucket.
Shitting in a bucket. Revolution now.
Probably smells like Russian food when he exits. But don't worry, you don't have to imagine that because he was supposed to be in China that whole time. Yep, just a few days earlier they claimed that they sent him to China so he could meet with investors and manufacturers. So yeah, it was quite a sight to see. That's what delayed this video. I was waiting for their last update to come through and then they just cancelled. Now here's the thing.
Haters. Oh, Tommy. Did Tommy have a part of this too? PGS. Tommy Tellerico, his cousin, is Steven Tyler now.
We don't know why they canceled. I mean, sure, they give their excuse where they say that they want to prove that this isn't a scam, and they're tired of their critics and they want to preserve their reputation, which makes as little sense as the rest of their bullshit. A lot of people are pretty convinced that Kickstarter was finally getting on their case, and may have been asking them to show more of their prototype. So when they couldn't show enough proof, they canceled before they got suspended. And I agree, that's probably the most likely scenario. Another possibility goes back to my theory that the numbers are cooked. They used fake accounts to misrepresent how much they actually got, but as things got worse, too many real backers started leaving. Their funding chart is crazy. They were losing thousands of dollars per day. I've never seen anything like it. So the theory goes that not enough real backers were there to make collecting worthwhile, so they decided to cancel. But like I said at the beginning, just because the campaign was cancelled, that doesn't mean the project is dead. And do you want to guess why? If you've been paying attention, I'm sure you can predict this. Their console is still on track because the mysterious investors are gonna fund it. Of course! Oh, but you can still send them your money. Immediately after canceling the campaign, they opened up a storefront on a website called Gumroad, but they were kicked off that site.
As soon as you know something's sketch, once it has to go to Gumroad.
Within hours. So they switched to another called Tricelery, and boy, I tell you, these sites, they just inspire confidence, don't they? So yeah, they're still up if you want to give them money, but please, please, please don't.
Don't at all.
I don't know what the
Obviously,
future
it's
holds
gone,
for PGS, but I gotta tell you, it doesn't look bright. Is it a scam? Yes, I do think it's a scam. It very nearly became one of the most blatant scams on Kickstarter. And as bad as it sounds, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get to see what would happen if they took the money. Even if he had good intentions, he was clearly not associating with the right people. I don't think they ever would have been able to make this handheld. And some of their...
What happened with my mod? I like pie.
Their associations make me think that that wasn't their goal in the first place. If I could give any prediction for where I think PGS is going to show up next, I seriously think they're going to try again on Indiegogo. I'm surprised they didn't start there. But wherever they go, please protect yourselves. Don't get wrapped up in their
Yeah, it's bullshit.
fantasy. Sit down and realize that you live in Idaho where they think Bluetooth is a liberal conspiracy, and these guys live thousands of miles away in a country where the government murders people with umbrella guns. Be careful. If they take your money and run, you're screwed. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
PGS Revolution, but it's not. We're not done. We're not done. PGS is up to the same old shit. We got a sequel.
Hello, everyone. Ah, yes, we have the return of a classically shady campaign. It's our friends over at PGS. I actually recorded this in the summer of last year. I was sitting on it because I was waiting for some bigger developments to happen at PGS, but that never happened. So I figured I'd just release what I have already. Now, this was a difficult video to make. You'll find out why in a second. So I reached out to my friend over at Thunderchild Gaming for help. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll let the rest of the video be a surprise. So sit tight and enjoy the show. Alright, dude, you are never gonna fucking believe this. This is gonna floor you. The reason that I'm gonna send you this is because if I was the one who actually showed this on screen, nobody would believe me. They would think that this is all a hoax, this is, a funny video, haha, you got them, you chopped up a video and edited it so that way it looks like, they're up to some heinous shit. No, this is totally real. So I am sending this to you so you can confirm it. You're independent from me. I want to get your reaction from...
And dude, I played with similar chipsets to that. It's not. They dare call it a gaming PC. Look, GPD has come a long way, but the same with them back in the day. You have an Atom processor in there. Don't call this a gaming PC.
From this, for the first time, from seeing it. So let me send you the link now.
I'm very curious.
I just sent you the link.
I'm very curious what it will be, especially since the other product that you have covered. How bad can it be?
Oh yeah, it could get bad.
Okay,
Trust me,
I will go to the
return
website.
of a friend of ours.
I will go to the website now.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right, so what I sent you was, can you tell me what it is?
I guess this will be a follow-up to the handheld from Russia.
PGS.
Revolution now.
Revolution now.
It is the PGS blog. Okay, so they have an update right here. Go ahead and load up the page. Go down to the bottom where it's one of those weird web pages where it scrolls and inserts text as you go. All right, go down to the bottom to where you see the date on the left-hand side, so that way it can load up everything. Yeah, it's a very long update, but let me just give you the gist of it. They're basically saying that they're still working on the device, they're going to have something for us, that sort of thing. The interesting thing, though, is this XP phone developer's failure. What they're telling us is that they went ahead and tried to partner up with these XP phone devs. XP phone was this device from 10 years ago or something. But they are claiming that they got scammed. Look at the second paragraph. Those people turned out to be scammers. It's this is a very common tactic with these people who do this kind of thing. Actually, it's ironically a common tactic for scammers. They will try to absolve themselves of blame by saying they're the ones who got scammed. You should give...
They make themselves look like the victims.
Me sympathy, which is...
Yeah, I've seen that before as well.
Yeah, we've seen it before with the Retro VGS guys. I mean, with Mike Kennedy, he said that he lost $10,000 or something off of that last fake prototype, the one with the computer PCB board, the video capture card in it.
I can't wait to go into that gym. Oh, man. And the fact that someone who worked with the Coleco Chameleon is now the CEO of the Amico. It's fucking surreal. And again, I have to bring it up. There's a lot more people than there were here before. I had to, I just set up because I'm going to start capturing footage because I'm in the tail end of the Wii U video, which I have to capture more footage for that. That was set up in another room. I turned on my Atari VCS and there was updates and there's a store with games and man, Tommy, he just talked so much shit, made it seem like they were such a mess, and he was basically saying that Atari was in the position that his fucking company is in now. He was they don't have exclusive games, they don't have this, they don't have that. Had to unfortunately buy 2 for the video of the Atari VCS, Tommy. I hook it up to the internet. You know what happens? It gets updates. There's a store. There's an ecosystem. What does the Intellivision have? What does the Amico have? Any of that? Can I go to a store right now, get an Amico? Oh, wait, I can't. You talked a lot of shit about Atari, but you know what they did? they just spread their asshole and did this all over you.
I fell down a fucking hole.
Oops.
And I think they probably did lose that money. I'm happy they did, but this is part of the story reeks of bullshit, and so does this one, because it's a very common tactic for people who are in trouble when they dig themselves in a hole. They want to tell people, "Give me sympathy. I'm the one who was scammed. I'm not the scammer. I've been scammed." But if this is true, that's great. But it just reads like bad fan fiction. They're saying that the XP phone developers screwed them over, and they were actually working on their own device using our resources. Yeah, I'm sure that they imported a Lynx tablet as well. So, yeah, they sure got a head start.
Just put a screen on a board out of a tablet you could get at like some Russian fucking Walmart. Christ almighty in heaven. I just can't. And that's a prototype to at least back in 2016 Kickstarter. Was a prototype. Fucking hell.
Start. And, okay, so there's that. And they also apologize. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit more. They're talking about made in Japan, which I don't even recall the first PGS was supposed to be made in Japan. I remember they had award-winning Japanese engineers or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That man has nice hair. He has nice hair.
That couldn't speak a word of English.
Exactly, and their name is Sergei something or another. Yeah, true Japanese guy right there. And but yeah, so no Japan, no Taiwan, and then they say that they're back to China. And go ahead and scroll down a little bit more. Again, a lot of this is an apology. A lot of them, they're just saying, we're sorry and everything. Scroll up just a little bit. There's something that I missed that I wanted to show you. A little bit more. And again, I did not fuck with this. I mean, this is from Thunderchild's computer. This is not mine. Go ahead and scroll up a little bit more. Go down to the bottom right there on the towards release where it says, "We are really sorry." I want you to click on that hyperlink. I did not fuck with this.
Oh, that's...
No. PGS. Revolution now.
I made a joke about that a couple of weeks ago to you.
Exactly. I did not fuck with this. That is something they put in their own blog update.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Exactly. You know what? I have to remind myself, they're Russian. So maybe they just don't understand things like we do. But I mean, do we have to explain the joke to them? The whole
episode is that they aren't actually sorry about it. That's why they do it 3 more times.
I didn't know that. No, so the South Park episode they used, this guy is actually not sorry and pretending to be sorry. The revolution. The fucking revolution. Watch the Chameleon. We are going to watch it next, right after this one. Holy fuck, man. Yo, they're making it. There was a lot of skepticism and sketchy shit about the Atari VCS, but the Atari VCS is in my home ×2, and they seem like saints compared to all these companies. You could buy one. It don't. The console shit. I only bought 2 because of the fucking video. But at least it's out. It exists. Not really sure why, but it exists.
Thank you. Thunderchild, all the way from the Nether Islands, gets this joke, and the PGS guys don't. Maybe they think that is the correct way of apologizing, but no. The whole joke is it's a very insincere, very PR-laden way of saying I'm sorry. It totally is just saying I'm saying sorry because I have to say I'm sorry, not because I actually am. That's what it is, and I'm trying to make...
Rich, is your name Investing Titties, and you're telling me I have a beautifully... Are you saying that my head is shaped like a titty?
Try to relax your anus.
Cucumbers.
Try to relax your anus.
Cucumbers. 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 Cucumbers.
Now my ass is in her body.
I forgot about that one.
Now my ass is in her body. Kung fu my fucking ass. Now my ass is in her body.
And then we have to go with...
I fell down a fucking hole.
Make myself look as good as I possibly can. It's totally not a way of saying sorry, and it is completely unprofessional for them to put that in an update like this. So, yeah, they're so full of shit. They have no respect for their backers. They think that they did not end that campaign, you know, on a high note. They walked away in disgrace. That's what happened. Those are the facts of what happened. They had to leave because they faked their prototype. I mean, they did not leave on a high note with that. So I don't know why they think that this is like a fucking game. This is some sort of joke.
They do.
It's terrible. That just shows you what kind of people these are. But there's even more to this. Because, go ahead and scroll up again. I have something that I want
Of course there's more.
to show you in here.
At least they at least they didn't pick the one where he's naked.
I want you to click on the hyperlink that says giving us false reports. The one that starts with that. The last hyperlink in that paragraph. Okay, so this is from their own Google Drive. This is from their updates. I didn't do this. I didn't upload these or anything. And click on the third one, which ends with 002. That one. Okay, get this. Okay, so these are apparently PGS's communications with the XP phone guys, whatever they were trying to make for them, you know, try and make this prototype, their agreements and everything.
Hello friends, do you remember? I told you that we will make you the most famous Chinese developers.
Working on it. Nothing stooped.
What's going on?
In the coming days it will become a reality. 2 million subscribers and more than 15,000 journalists will get an interesting story about you. This will lead to the appearance on the internet of a sufficient number of publications about you, which will take you to the first line in all the search engines on the request of China ODM, Google, Bing and others, and even Baidu.
They are totally talking about faking a PR campaign.
Yeah.
These are theirs. These are not outside sources.
And
I'm
just
getting all
using
this information.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
and just using the machine as a marketing device.
Exactly. I'm getting this all from their own updates. They are admitting to faking a PR campaign, which in the original PGS campaign, I accused them of doing. Remember with their Twitter followers that they've only had an account for like 3 months and it had like 99,000 followers and only like 10 of them were actually, you know, posting and giving them a thumbs up? Because if you ask me, those numbers are cooked. Those backers are fake. Again, I watch a lot of campaigns, and if there's one thing PGS is not going to do, is not going to defy gravity like this. I suspected fake followers from the beginning, and I don't think it's just on Kickstarter. They are admitting to faking that shit. I was totally right. I was completely right about them faking PR and everything. But you know what? Go back to it.
God, what a sketchy fucking... Oh, man.
Go to the one that is 001, the one right before it.
I was looking at the thumbnails, and just the other ones really look weird to me as well. Why they would publish those?
Look at this. These things...
Next, you're going to have that guy who was pretending to be the CEO just sitting there in like a fucking man-thong laying across like, we're sorry, here's our CEO. It's not really, he's an actor, but you could see his balls. PGS. Revolution now.
Try to relax your anus.
The way they're talking to each other, it's like fucking Bond villains. It's so cartoonishly evil and stupid.
Yeah. It looks like you're not doing anything. Everything is under control. Hello, friends. Do you remember? I told you that we'll make you the most famous Chinese developers. Smiley face. Working on it. Nothing. Nothing stooped. Holy fuck, man.
How stupid can they be for putting these texts on there? Again, if I posted this on my own,
People need to know their heroes. Nadir is my hero. No, the real heroes are your company. What the fuck? Hold on. People need to know their heroes. Nadir is my hero. Smiley face with glasses. No, the real heroes are your company members. You still have nothing to show us, do you? However, we know the answer. Skimmitic. Design is still keeping secret. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
You guys would think I doctored this, that this is all a parody. No, this is from the PGS update. They are the ones who put this out there. It's so fucking stupid. How dumb are these guys? I'm speechless. I don't understand what's going on. And look at this.
Yeah. No, the real hero is our company member.
Yo, it's like lines from Last Battle. Like after you beat a level and you beat somebody, it's like they say random shit to each other. That's like what this is. It's just, come on. I don't have the sound. Fuck you. Birds. Turds. Birds. Lay turds. I love birds. And they're turds. Lay turds. You beautiful birds. Birds. You lay nice turds.
Who talks like that? People need to know their heroes.
Nadir is the hero.
No, the real heroes are your company members. You still have nothing to show us, do you? However, we know the answer.
Schematic design is still keeping secret.
Schematic design is still keeping secret.
What does that mean?
It means nothing. It means that they think everybody is a retard except for them. I think this is endemic of people who are this stupid. They think everyone else is as stupid as them. It makes no sense. Why did they put these chat messages in there? It makes no goddamn sense.
105 days is okay. Hello. Any news? Working on it. Really? Yes, non-stop. Show me anything. When something is done, we'll show you first stage. The fuck is...
Okay, go back to the original update.
But yeah, you were right.
How?
At least up to this point, it is really unbelievable that
I am now
they would
stupid.
publish
Exactly,
this.
yeah. They're really not even apologizing for their Kickstarter campaign or giving any answer as far as, what was going on with their fucking prototypes that they never even showed us or opened up about. Remember, this is the thing you gotta know about these people like this who have the fake prototypes. They're in control of all the evidence. Don't let that shit slide, okay? So if they want to clear their name, you should demand that they open up those prototypes and show what the fuck was going on with those. Because this is just ridiculous. But the most ridiculous thing... I want you to click on that link right there that says, "We are very sorry."
Yeah, I was already hovering above it because
no.
if this is what I think it is.
No.
Yeah.
No, they know. This is them being arrogant at this point. They're stupid and arrogant. They're just assuming that everyone in the world has like an 82 IQ.
Yep.
Sorry.
How did they not get the joke here? How do they think this is professional in any way? Why would you even quote a South Park thing in any PR release or any blog post or anything? It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, especially South Park. A satire program.
They must think South Park is a documentary. They think this is how people just behave. But yeah, so that's why I wanted to show. It is such a ridiculous update. I can't believe it, and I've already webcached it. I've already, recorded it on my own, but I just wanted to show someone else responding to this because, again, it's so outrageous. It's so dumb. This shows you how incompetent they are. It really does. Backers should not even back this no matter what they have because even as crooks, they're totally incompetent. But it's to the level that if I was the one who posted this, you guys would totally think I was lying. You'd think that I just hacked this all up together so it looked it looked like they were incompetent. But no, this is real. This is real life. This is absolutely real.
Now, yeah, now you can be the real Captain Hindsight.
Oh, there you go. Yes. That's true. That's true. Well, we need to know who the real heroes are. I guess we know who the real hero is. Not all heroes
fits
wear
perfectly
capes.
with the real episode.
There you go. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So I just wanted to show that, and yes, I wanted to alert all of my viewers.
Like, even if they put something like, what was it gonna have with an Intel Atom processor in it, man? It would have been a joke. Maybe game streaming at best. I want Tommy Wiseau to make an entire Pigman movie. That shit on Tim and Eric had me... I never saw that.
Please spread this, because
I've
you
never
have
seen
direct
that.
evidence here that PGS is actually planning a fake publicity campaign. They know that they're using fake Twitter followers, everything like that, fake YouTubers, journalists, whatever the hell they were talking about. They are getting ready, gearing up for a fake publicity campaign, and they've been providing these updates. They know what they're doing.
Openly admitting it.
They know that they're going to be probably going to the crowdfunding again. I don't know if they're going to be bringing their Russian mobsters again, Uncle Alimzan, but and his lovely daughter Lola.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything about them is fake. Like even in the Kickstarter video, the old one, the voiceovers were fake as well.
Exactly. But it had a crystal quality at least. Even their funding amount.
The crystal. Our console has a crystal quality. That's great.
I'm convinced it was fake, and again, I take that text as an indication that they are more than willing to fake their numbers if they have to. So, yes, just a little update. Don't cut them any slack. They are up to their old shit all over again, and be ready for it. Alright, now guess what happens if you go to the PGS blog today? Yeah, it's still there. They never took it down. You can go see it for yourself right now. In fact, I was very strategic with the timing of this video's release. It's the wee hours of the morning over in Russia. It'll take them a few hours before they see this video. And that should be enough time for you guys to go to their website before they take it down. So those South Park references, that wasn't a little joke that just lasted a day. No, this is how they wish to conduct their business. And I'm sure you can expect just as much empathy and seriousness from them after you give them your $500 or whatever the hell they're charging for this thing. Guys, I'm done with this. We need to move on. And I hope I never have to make another video about these cockroaches ever again.
And you didn't.
And special thanks to my buddy Thunderchild for helping me out. Go check out his own channel. He's a cool guy. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
PGS. Revolution now.
Here we go.
Well, guys, I couldn't get...
I remember talking about this.
Get retro. But, oh well. Let's talk about the Retro VGS. Alright, let me start with a short history of what the Retro VGS is, how it came about, and what it's trying to do. The Retro VGS is a new console that Mike Kennedy is trying to bring to the market, and you might notice that it looks a lot like an Atari Jaguar. The reason for that is because in December of last year, he bought the molds that were used to make the original Jaguar, and he bought those with the intent to make his own console with...
Good Chad, Richard. Amico is the best console of all time. I actually wholeheartedly agree with you.
his business partner Steve Wioda. Apparently they initially wanted to pursue plug-and-plays, but that idea never went anywhere. According to them, reusing the Jaguar mold saved them up to $500,000 in tooling costs. In March, they added John Carlson to the team, and
that is a Wii U Pro controller they're using there. No, Sergeant Jason Bond, you didn't miss anything.
Began hyping the console. They plan to price this console at around $150, with a small chance of it getting up to $180. The console would bring retro-style indie games back to the golden era of cartridges. Ever since it was first announced, we knew that they planned to go to Kickstarter. And according to them, they were waiting to have a working prototype before they launched their campaign. They also announced that the console would be built around...
And it's amazing that, again, that the Evercade did. I'm using the Evercade Versus in my bedroom, man. It's fucking awesome.
...around an FPGA chip. This would give their system capabilities that only a few PC hobbyists have been able to enjoy.
We go back to
this idea attracted critics ever since it stepped out the door. But that's to be expected. It is kind of a strange idea. It was clear that they were aiming for a niche in the market, but so far so good. Then, about 30 days ago, a huge bombshell dropped. During a panel at a gaming expo, they announced that the price would now be north of $300. Overnight, this divided the fanbase between those who...
God, does this all sound familiar? Does this all sound familiar? Is there a blueprint that we're seeing that has been used again recently? I don't know.
Were willing to pay a premium price than those who weren't. And their list of fans took another toll when they announced that they would be switching from Kickstarter to Indiegogo just 2 days before the campaign started. And believe it or not, I may have played a role in that switch. You see, about 2 weeks before the campaign...
Yeah, Mike Kennedy is the piece of shit that when one of my trolls went to him, he's like, oh, someone made a video being critical about me? I should get it shut down. Fucking idiot.
They posted a photo showing a cardboard PCB being fitted into the case. Of course, this was a preliminary design. But it got me thinking, if they're willing to show cardboard to us, where's the prototype? I went on NeoGAF and explained that Kickstarter requires a working prototype, and forbids photorealistic rendering. And now this week during the campaign, the team was trying to explain why they went to Indiegogo instead of Kickstarter. Their explanation was that someone on NeoGAF had explained the rules to them, and a lot of people are interpreting that as the post that I made. But that really blows my mind. How did they get this far without understanding Kickstarter's rules? And why do they need some jerk like me to explain it to them? They obviously didn't read Kickstarter's rules. Had they known the rules, they probably wouldn't have invested so much in 3D rendering. Either way, the campaign is live on Indiegogo right now without a prototype. The funding is...
Oh, Jesus. So you need to have a fucking prototype. I think that's in place now, I think.
Going nowhere fast. And this campaign has many problems, too many to fit in this video, so I'm not even going to touch some of them. But the crux of the issue for most people is that they don't have a prototype. Before we go any further, I need to give a disclaimer. While I was editing this, John Carlson posted a video of what he claims is a stripped-down version of a retro VGS prototype. It's obvious that this was made in a hurry to fight off the critics. But people are...
Yeah, no shit. And it didn't work either.
Doubting whether this is a prototype at all. They don't show the board, and the screen is out of focus, but some people are reporting that it shows software that comes with off-the-shelf development kits. He even has the box in the background. So this doesn't look like something they made, it looks like something that came in the mail. I'm pretty lenient when it comes to what fits the definition of a prototype, but I have a hard time believing that this is anything resembling a prototype of their game console.
And it wasn't. We know for a fact it wasn't because of how we know how this ended. This is so fucking sketchy now, knowing with the hindsight that we know.
And it seems I'm not the only one. Their campaign has actually lost money ever since the video was posted. I don't even know if we'll see more of it because he claims he wants to patent a few things first. But whatever this thing is, I just wanted to add this disclaimer here. And I'm not even sure they understand how important having a prototype...
What is it? Why is it like they have like a... Notice how like the chip is like bending with the design of the Atari Jaguar shell? Like what the fuck is even going on there?
Type actually is. It seems like they think the prototype is just another item to check off a list of things they should have done. And they're...
It's a Jaguar board, and that's just the Yeah, because you could see the Tom and Jerry chips. Yeah. Oh, for Christ's sake. Mike, what were you thinking?
Their Facebook posts indicate they think they're being punished for launching on Indiegogo. They claim that they could have launched on Kickstarter if they wanted to. What they don't understand is that the last-minute switch to Indiegogo was rightly interpreted by many as verification that they have no prototype. I should remind you that before the launch of their campaign, and even after Indiegogo had been announced, they were sidestepping and avoiding discussion about the prototype by any means possible. So imagine what it feels like to find out that despite their promise to launch only when they had a working prototype, they then revealed that they want the public to give them blind faith and fund their prototype development instead.
So we're trying to... We can't take a loss on this hardware because that comes right out of our wallets. We can't do that. You know, I'm not that philanthropic.
The project has been harshly criticized, and not having a prototype creates a vicious cycle. First, the Retro VGS team makes their pitch. This is their standard pitch about nostalgia, bringing back cartridges, etc., etc. In response to this, people have some very important questions to ask about their hardware. But of course the team doesn't have a prototype, so they can't really answer anything.
Yep, it's a big circle.
And that results in a lot of criticism. The team doesn't really have any way to fight off the criticism, so they just reiterate their pitch. And occasionally they'll play the victim, or claim the criticism is unfair, or even lash out. Either way...
Yes, I know, it was used in dental offices, Cheetah Man. What a weird place for it to end up. Just buy the Evercade Premium Pack with the console and 3 cartridges and more entertainment. It's just, that's exactly, I have that in my room right now. And I have the portable too. It's great. I love what Evercade's doing.
The cycle continues and the criticism becomes louder and louder. A prototype could easily put an end to this cycle before it even began. A working prototype is the cornerstone that you need when crowdfunding a
Yeah, look what happened with Oculus, too.
product. There is no
Crazy.
getting around that.
How that blew
It
up,
proves
huh?
that your idea can get off the ground and that you've been working hard on it before asking the public to take on the risk. Okay, so barring some miracle, this project is going nowhere. So why do I care about it so much? The reason why is because I am obsessed with the mind that crafted this project. Mike Kennedy has already constructed a fantasy land for his console to inhabit before the console even exists. In my opinion, it is by far the most interesting part of this whole project. Let's just call this imaginary
Yeah, he's such a fucking douche, this guy.
place Retroland. You really have to listen for it, but during podcast interviews, Mike will go into this whole stream of consciousness where he's vividly describing this place he imagines. It truly is amazing. From what I've been able to gather, Retroland exists on like almost an alternate timeline. It's a place where the 8 and 16-bit era never ended, where broken and buggy games don't exist. A place where printed gaming magazines, such as Retro Magazine, are still very popular. The citizens of Retroland value exclusivity and collectability over all else, and they don't even ask for updates or add-on content, which is convenient because Retroland burned Al Gore at the stake for practicing a brand of witchcraft known as the Internet. Big publishers want to leave the present day behind and visit Retroland as well, and bring their popular series back to cartridges with retro-style graphics.
But how cool would it be to have like a 16-bit Call of Duty or a 16-bit BioShock?
Yeah, and they're going to put... No, Mike. They would just make them indie games to be on the Xbox One or PS4 at the time, Mike. If they were going to do something like that, they wouldn't bring them to your fucking piece of hardware that's not good. Even if it had a niche base, would it be worthwhile for them? Holy fuck.
Retroland also has a graveyard of dead IPs from the 8 and 16-bit era, just waiting to be resurrected at a moment's notice. And licensing fees are as simple as a check from grandma. And I have so many questions about Retroland that I want to ask. Does Retroland have an ESRB board? Does a company like LJN exist in Retroland? Will the retro VGS games go through the same gradual technological advances as the 8 and 16-bit era?
That's good to hear about Sergeant Jason Bond, about your aunt, too. That's great to hear that she's doing well.
Or is it like some sort of never-ending Renaissance fair? If technology in Retroland does progress, are we going to see that awkward transition period where games are trying to get into 3D, but they can't get the controls and camera right? Do people grow older in Retroland? Oh wait, that's Neverland. Sorry, forget I asked that. I am fascinated when Mike describes Retroland, and my favorite Retroland trip was when Mike's imagination crossed paths with Willy Wonka. Just listen.
One of the things I thought would be really neat, and you guys can let me know if this would be cool or not, would be to, whatever the first run of cartridges that we have, like maybe the first 500 or the first 1,000, we do in a special color. And they get randomly inserted.
Does this all sound familiar? I gotta go piss. I'll be back in a second, birds. It just all sounds so... It's just the same fucking playbook. Gee, I wonder if, like, even some of the same people that were working at the Coleco Chameleon Project are working at in television. Oh, no, they are! Put a bird in my ass. And the thing is that these companies, they just over fucking think everything. They're trying so, like all the retro community wants, man, is, oh look, I got an Intellivision cartridge right here. I plug this in. I put this in my fucking Evercade, and I'm playing Intellivision games for 30 seconds. I actually really love playing Super Double Dragon on this. It's awesome. But I'm going to play my Jalico on the VS later. And then the cool thing about it, they have the controllers that are pretty comfortable. More comfortable than I thought they were going to be. Pretty decent buttons. Nice long cords. $99. And it comes with 2 packs of games. Like, what? And they were just like, all this over-engineered nonsensical, and this was a fucking scam. They didn't even have a prototype.
Inserted into retail boxes in various places.
That's all they want.
So, you buy a game someplace and you unwrap it, you open it up, and it's like, holy crap! Yeah, 1 of 500.
Mike Kennedy, you are a man.
You got the golden ticket. Yeah, Willy Wonka. Just have fun with it.
Some people are obsessed with Tolkien's Middle-earth. I'm obsessed with Mike Kennedy's Retroland. What amazes me is that he doesn't have a prototype, but he already knows how he wants his console to interact with the market. It's a completely backwards way of developing a product. Even back then, the console makers didn't really care about that part. They just wanted to make sales numbers. If an idea didn't hold water, then it was canned. Whether gamers wanted to see it or not, because an idea has to sell first. Who cares about how people...
Whoa, she has boobs. Well, I'm going to buy it.
Interact with the product. At this stage, Mike's main obsession should be getting a running prototype, and a realistic sense for the size of his market. You guys probably think I'm kidding you, but I really...
Your realism in Mike. Ha ha ha!
Really have studied this guy. He even believes in some weird form of predestination.
And when we're done rebranding it, it's going to look great. And so it is what it is. I mean, it's literally the reason the Atari Jaguar is the reason that this is happening, and that the people...
VGS revolution now. Yeah, the VS is, dude, I'm using it today, and it's fantastic. I'm amazed how good it is. It's so fun, and it's just brilliant.
For whatever reason.
I swear I'm not sponsored. I'm just gushing over a good product as a consumer. If they wanted to sponsor me, fuck yeah.
Reason for the last 20 whatever years, never destroyed those molds. And I just think that was for a reason. And the reason is the retro VGS.
Awesome.
The sense of destiny to it now.
I was going to say, man, I'm not a man who subscribes to ideas of fate. But this might be fate.
So weird.
Mike and the Retro VGS were meant to be. I can't take my eyes off them. But unfortunately, we may never get to see Retroland, since our only transportation to get there is the Retro VGS, and the funding campaign for that is currently stalling. But even if they had a flawless campaign set up and a prototype, I've always said that the market for this thing is nowhere near enough people to sustain it, or even to bring it to its funding goal. And the funny thing is, I am the market for this thing. I love indie box, so I like getting indie and retro style.
And that's another thing with the Evercade, is that it's the right mix of good hardware with the software, but it's not over the top expensive. Like, they're just using a system on a chip, an emulation, but it's good emulation, and that's it. So this is like, who's gonna go out of their way to develop games for this random fucking platform that like 30,000 people at most, which never happened, but that would be like wishful thinking for who's gonna put their blood, sweat, and tears into to develop a game for a platform that like maybe 50 people will buy the fucking game. Kick a rock, Mike. Did you hear that Ohio banned sales of Russian-made vodka? Did they really? Interesting.
Games and physical media. But if IndieBox told me I needed to buy a $350 console, pay $50 per game, and pay outrageous prices for collectible paint, I'd tell them to fuck off. The Retro VGS is a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. If you have a cheap laptop and an Xbox 360 controller, then you already own the best retro indie gaming console ever made. It's almost offensive that they would think retro gamers would buy into something like this. Why would you buy a new console that's trying to be retro when there are so many real retro consoles out there that are much cheaper and much more fun to own? Even the Atari Jaguar is a retro console with an unappreciated library of exclusive games, and you could buy one today for less than what they're asking for a retro VGS.
Oh, used to be able to.
Or you could get a Super NES, they even make reproduction cartridges. Or how about an N64? Cartridge-based consoles didn't end with the 16-bit era, so I don't know why they think theirs carries the torch that was left behind. Part of what makes retro gaming such a wonderful hobby is the sense of discovery. It's like being a video game archaeologist. So go out there and discover. Pick up a cheap retro console you've never played before and dive into its library. I do know what retro is when I see it, and the retro VGS has none of it. Their Indiegogo is an exercise in how not to launch a campaign. The page is littered with collectible this and exclusive that.
This must be
It's all designed to separate your common sense from your wallet. And having stretch goals to design a more capable system is pathetic. A good crowdfunding idea should be trying to deliver the best possible product to its backers, not lure
Yeah, not say like, oh, we're going to deliver something shitty unless you pay us more. Or not as good, at least.
Them into the stretch goals. This couldn't be more of a retro pyramid scheme if they were trying to recreate the pyramids of Giza. Oh wait, is that too retro for them? Don't let them string you along with emotional appeals and nostalgia, because this is simply a cash grab.
I was on a podcast this morning, not to drag this out any longer, but they were asking, you think you're cashing in on the nostalgia,
Mike Kennedy. Oh, Christ, man. Isn't it similar to he's talking about himself and how it's all the same traits. A bunch of people that are just, they drink, they fucking would suck themselves off if they could, and then you give them any kind of power, and this is the kind of dumb shit they do. Factor
or something. I said, well, I mean, I'm cashing in as much as Yacht Club is, as much as Brian Provinciano is, I'm doing this for myself.
Guys, be careful out there. If you're a retro gamer, then you are in a niche.
The fucking game stick. What a joke that was. I remember that thing. That's when everyone was trying to do those like Android-based consoles. And the whole gimmick with, oh, you could carry around your controller, and the gaming console is the HDMI stick that you plug in. And it was just a bunch of like low-end tablet games.
Niche part of the market that's booming right now. And there are plenty of traveling salesmen out there with their eyes on your wallet. Let me buy the shit. Leave that to me. I don't want you guys to fall for it. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
Oh, there had to be a sequel that Stop, Drop, and Retro did. When was this done?
Well guys, as I'm sure you know by now, the Retro VGS Indiegogo campaign has been abandoned, and what's left of the team is going back to the drawing board. But now that the dust has settled, I want...
There has to be a Coleco Chameleon video. There has to be from him. Coleco Chameleon. Am I spelling it right? Wake me up before Coleco. Is this it?
Hello everyone. I'm sure by now you've...
Yeah, it's a piece of junk, the Florida Chicken Man. Couldn't even run SNES. They had some bottom of the barrel. Wait, here it is. This is the one I want to see.
Well, I've been wanting to make a video responding to what happened with the Coleco Chameleon at the Toy Fair. But that's been pretty hard. How do you respond to what they brought? Their prototype is an insult to the people who have been following this. That's all it is, a giant middle finger to them. A middle finger that says, you know what, we can't do it the right way, so we're just going to scam our way through it. And it's no surprise that they ran away from the forums with their tail between their legs. They've completely ditched the retro gamer market. Their new market is just people who are dumb enough to fall for this. And he can't seriously believe that the community is as dumb as he is. We found out it was a SNES Junior in the first hour of the Toy Fair. I have no problem saying that he's running a complete scam at this point.
That's amazing. He just put his SNES Junior in a Jaguar shell. What the fuck?
And Mike, if you're watching this, and you still think that you're right...
Wings of Redemption's here? Is Wings actually here?
that you don't have a SNES Junior under there and you have nothing to hide, I will give you time to prove me wrong on my own channel. Bring what you brought to the toy fair, let's open it up and see what's inside. This is an open invitation to publicly humiliate me on my own channel, and it's yours for the taking if you can prove it. But you know what, that's never gonna happen. I know that because I've studied this man. I've got him down to a science. I know more about Mike Kennedy than historians know about John F. Kennedy. And if there's one thing I know he likes, more than anything else, it's gloating about his accomplishments.
I just have, what is this? It's just ringing so many bells. I don't know, just me. I don't know, I'm going crazy.
If it wasn't a SNES Junior in there, he would take the earliest opportunity to show off what's inside and prove those naysayers are wrong. But he's not doing that, and we've been through the same song and dance before. Remember when he kept avoiding discussion about the prototype in the first campaign? Then what did we find out? He didn't have one. The part that really pisses me off more than anything else is that I actually took him seriously. I treated him like a force to be reckoned with. And when I criticized him, I always put a lot of time and effort into my videos. And then he comes to the toy fair with this piece of shit. There is no doubt that it's deceptive. And I gotta tell you guys, because of...
Yeah, you could see it's an SNES. If you mean, obviously, if I was just glancing over it, I wouldn't have paid attention. But now that I've been told, yeah, I mean, I knew already from way back in the day, but looking at it now that you know, yeah, of course.
Because of that, I think this project took a very dark turn. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's funny. This whole thing is something the Coen brothers couldn't script. But if this were a play, I've got to tell you, we're deep into the second act, and I still don't know if this is going to be a comedy or a tragedy. But let's put all that aside for a minute, because I have another card to add to this deck. You see, after PAX, I came back with a renewed perspective on this whole project. And I think there is an upside to what's going on here. There is a warm, comforting lesson to be learned here. I discovered this when I found out that Mike isn't alone. It turns out his breed is multiplying. When I was on the show floor at PAX, I was drawn to this particular booth. The guy behind it had a very strange service to offer. I think Mike himself would describe this guy as an entrepreneur through and through. And now, without further ado, let me introduce you to the dumbest idea from PAX South, Game Slam.
Game Slam?
Okay, Game Slam. Game Slam is a mobile app that was developed for trading your unwanted video games in your
I think we did. When did Pat put up a new Amico video?
local community. It's really simple. Basically what it is, you scan in the games that you don't want anymore, you scan in the game that you would like to have. And at that point, you select a radius that you're willing to travel from 5 miles to 50 miles. Once that's done, what we do is we find the trade for you. Once we find the trade for you, we'll send you a push notification saying we found a trade. At that point, you pay to communicate with the other party. It's $2.99. Now what you've done for $2.99, you've gotten rid of the game you didn't want, and then you got the game you want. And that's really all it is to it.
Nice. Can you show us? Do you have a phone so we can see how the app works?
I do.
Awesome.
We'll see if we got the right service in here. Let's see.
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah, it's called Craigslist or Facebook, bro. And you don't have to pay for it.
I'm getting no service over
Here
here.
is Game Slam. What it is, let's cancel that. This is the games that I have to swap. These are the games that I want.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I put them in, and because I already know, it's going to find my trade. It may take just a second. Wow, it found me somebody. So I look at it to say which one's it got. So in his library, he should have more than one game in there, and the service is slow.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. Don't
Okay,
worry.
so what I'm going to back up because it's there, and then. Sorry.
What a great app this is.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, if I back up, I can propose to make a trade. Once I propose the trade, it goes to a screen that says "Paid to Communicate." And once I pay to communicate, and this is the iOS version, I put in my iTunes password, and the pay is done, and then you guys talk through SMS.
Okay, and who pays to trade? I mean, is it the person who's reaching out, or does the person
Each side, each party pays.
Each party pays
really
$2.99.
each party is reaching out.
Okay, I see.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's benefit. There it goes.
So you're texting to pay someone to get a game. Or again, you could just go to a billion different fucking marketplaces and pay zero. Hey, Rich, look at Ecclesia Mortis' tweet. What am I being baited into? Rich, you luscious man, very busy with stupid work stuff, and now I'm back. Hello. Also, why have so many snake oil salesmen popped up in gaming? I don't know. Because they're trying to play. But this gives nostalgia boners, man, and it's fun. I like collecting these cartridges. It's kind of addicting. You know, and then you have the console and the home console now. You can put 2 cartridges in. It's just a brilliant... This is a joke. Oh, okay. Let me look this up here. What am I being baited into? What am I being baited into? PGS Revolution. What is this? Why are you tweeting this at me? Are you just tweeting that dude at? I thought there was something else that happened. Oh, okay. So I see it. PGS Revolution.
Oh, there you go. So there's the games that you have, and this was the actual game that I was wanting. And if I got to back up now. There's my trade, propose, pay to communicate, and at this point it'll ask for my Apple ID, which I don't need to put that in because I don't want to pay.
Did they make Vigil? Oh yeah, I heard of Vigilante 8 for the Game Boy Color. It's like a top-down on there, though, isn't it?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
This is for testing purposes.
Yeah. Okay. So, what kind of games can I trade though? Can I do from Atari up to PS4?
Yes.
I mean, what? Just everything?
It's anything. Right. Now here's the deal. We got to get the library built up. The more people participate, the quicker that library is going to be built.
Exactly. Yeah. Nice. Thanks so much, Darren.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a joke.
Okay, everyone, say it together with me. What is the problem with GameSlam? The price. No one is going to be trading games for a combined total of $6 per trade. I'm a collector, and a lot of the games I pick up on a regular basis are worth $2.99. And I can imagine a few more problems as well. For instance, the trade comes with no guarantee. It's not like eBay where you're buying and selling the actual item for money. All he's selling you is the other person's contact info. So if that person decides to flake out, then you just lost $2.99. Now, to give the guy some credit, the idea isn't terrible. It's just the execution where it got really stupid. He's definitely not as bad as Mike Kennedy right now. He's actually unashamed and upfront about the cost, and he's not trying to deceive anyone here. Plus...
But it still sucks. Yeah, it's top-down Sergeant Jason Bond, I'm pretty
I think his error is fixable. Here's my solution. Why not make your app free, but also ad-supported? So instead of having to pay, the user will just have to sit through an ad before getting the other person's phone number. And then you just rake in the ad revenue. You can get tons of people signing up for that. Heck, I'd even try it out just to see what other people in my area have. And I think if he fixes that problem, he has a better chance of finding success. But I told you that Mike Kennedy and Darren are birds of the same feather. So how is Mike similar to Darren? Well, it definitely ain't the working prototype part, that's for sure. They're similar because it takes a special mind to look at a community of people who are enjoying themselves, and then think, you know what I can do that would be really fun and helpful to everyone here? How about if I slipped a paywall right in the middle of this community, so that you guys can have fun by paying me? Whether it's when you're trading, or buying a completely unnecessary console for homebrew or reproduction cartridges. Seriously, the Retro VGS at least had a purpose before when they wanted to put digital indie games on cartridges. But what's the reason for owning a $150 retro console for playing cartridge-based games on a different cartridge? You know, maybe I'm the one who's not seeing the business possibilities here. I think I've got some ideas that would make these guys proud. How about this? I know you gamers are competitive and you like to beat each other's high scores, so how about I make this online leaderboard where anybody can
You have to pay to be on the
pay me $1 to submit a high score, and then at the end of the month I'll take the 10 highest scores, and maybe you're one of them. Oh man, that's so fun! How about this idea? I know gamers like their discussion forums, so how about this? I make an online discussion forum where you pay $1 for every post you make. Oh man, you guys are gonna have so much fun with that. I've got another idea. I know you guys like watching Let's Plays, so how about we rent out movie theaters to broadcast your favorite Let's Plays, and you guys can pay me $12 for admission. Oh man, that sounds like so much fun. Or how about this idea? You know that site YouTube, where any lunatic can broadcast whatever he wants for free? How about this? You guys pay a subscription fee to watch certain videos. Oh, wait, shit. Someone beat me to it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's evil to charge for a service or a product. The problem I have is that these ideas are coming from complete money-grubbing morons who don't understand their market. No one wants this shit. Give it up already. If you don't understand us, then leave our little utopia alone. All those guys understand is that they want to take money out of your pocket and put it in theirs. Whatever scheme they have cooked up for doing that is purely incidental. And guess what? These guys aren't the first, and they won't be the last. In fact, I already warned you guys about this in the first video I ever made about the retro VGS. Guys, be careful out there. If you're a retro gamer, then you are in a niche part of the market that's booming right now. And there are plenty of traveling salesmen out there with their eyes on your wallet. Let me buy the shit. Leave that to me. I don't want you guys to fall for it. Alright, I know this is painting a grim picture of the future. It's a future loaded with snake oil salesmen that are after your money. So where's the upside to this? I promised you this video has a happy ending. Well, here's the thing. I'm not happy with what they're doing, but I'm happy with what it means for the industry at large. Let me give you a little excerpt from a book called...
Yeah, this is definitely before they found out about the fake prototype board.
The Reckoning. This book is about the rise of the Japanese auto industry after World War II. And the part I'm talking about involves a man named Hayato Ikeda. And he's not just anybody. He would later become Japan's prime minister in 1960. So the guy probably knows what he's talking about. Anyways, as you might know, Japan was a hellhole after World War II. Their industry and economy were in shambles. Plus, inflation was out of control, so money wasn't worth anything. But then one day, Mr. Ikeda realized that the worst inflation was over and their economy was starting to recover. They asked him, "How do you know?" And he said, "Because the police chief of Tokyo told me so today." They then asked him, "And how does the police chief of Tokyo know?" Mr. Ikeda replied with, "Oh, he said he was sure the recovery had begun, because for the first time in years, Tokyo's thieves have started stealing money from people again. Until now, the money was not worth enough to steal." So you see, guys, you're gonna have to take the good and the bad with this community. Just like I told you, the retro gaming scene is very...
Yeah, but everyone's stolen the money, though. I really think that, like, when the Amico does fail, it's going to fail. That's going to be... no one's going to want it. It's going to be so toxic. No one's going to buy any IP in television, Atari, because it's just going to be over at that point. You're just going to have to do something different. Like, again, not sponsored, Evercade. It ain't named after shit. It's not Atari. It's not in television. It's not Coleco. It's just a retro system just giving you in a convenient way and a physical way to play your old games. Yeah, it's just funny, man. I'll let it finish.
Lucrative right now. It's a gold rush and you're going to get bad people in there too. But those people who are trying to take advantage of others prove that we as a whole are very strong. We're in our prime right now. We're doing very well for ourselves. But we're going to have to be careful because we are going to attract people like this. But as long as we look after each other and we avoid their scams, I gotta say, it feels good to be on top. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you want to see more of my ramblings about the Coleco Chameleon, I wrote a guest blog for NintendoLoveAffair.com. I left a link in the description. But yeah, it was really fun to work with him, and my blog is pretty funny. But I'll let you guys decide that. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
So yeah, man, you gotta be careful of the scams out there because there's a lot. All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to start recording some gameplay footage. The final piece of game, not start. I'm almost done. Just a few games I got to record for the Wii U, which I have to bring down. I'm actually going to do that. And yeah, expect videos tomorrow too. It's going to be interesting, man. Then the Wii U video will be up. My editor's just say it whenever it's ready. Because he has to film a whole bunch of shit. It's a whole bunch of footage. I'm sure there's going to be holes that I'm going to have to fill up and film some other stuff. Like I know I have to do Pro Controller shots. So, and I'd like to get a sponsor for the video too to fit in there because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, that video. So, it'll be definitely recorded this week. It's almost done. But when it's actually ready to go up, it'll be determined. And then I'm on to the Atari VCS. I got to do a quick video on that 1X player this week, too. PGS. Revolution now. Good night. And always remember,
try to relax your anus.
Have a good one, everyone.